I am your coach, Jim Kwik. We are showing you how to unlock your limitless motivation, your motive for action. That's really the topic of today. Motivation for me is really simple. It is the purpose you have for acting, your motive for taking action. Yet a lot of times people struggle with this. They put things off. They procrastinate. Can you relate to this? There's something that's really important that you need to learn or you need to do, but you put those things aside. Now, I have a belief that it's important to train yourself to do difficult things. What do I mean by that? Sometimes it's easy to put things off. It's always easy to not do the difficult thing, to have that difficult conversation or do the deep work. Remember this, I think Jim Rohn said this, what you practice in private, you're rewarded for in public. But the challenge is you want to be limitless, but you have to train yourself to get into that state. Remember, it's not just about mental intelligence. It's also about mental fitness. And how do you build fitness? You go to the gym. So I'm taking you to the mental gym, and part of it is training yourself to look at a difficult task and get excited, get motivated. Now, why? What's the payoff? What I believe is if you take the easy road every single time, you never get to build the strength that you need to be fit. It's like exercise. It's use it or what? Use it or lose it. And a lot of times we can do that physically, but also mentally where we check out. And what I want you to do is to retrain your brain to look at difficult tasks and get excited as if you're looking at an opportunity to get more fit. It's just like when you go to the gym. You don't look at the treadmill or the weights and get angry at it. You look at it as an opportunity to challenge yourself to grow, because with challenge leads to change. In fact, difficult times, they could define you or they could diminish you or they could develop you. So part of having a limitless motivation is to train yourself emotionally to take on difficult tasks, because when you do those difficult tasks, you get strength to plow through the times when you really need to have that resource available to you. For example, taking a cold shower, and you're thinking, Jim, I love you up to this point, but I really don't like the cold. Why are you talking about taking cold showers? Well, here's the thing. Research suggests that when you take cold showers, it lowers inflammation in your body. It helps to reset your nervous system, but it's very difficult. I don't like the cold. But what I'll do in the morning, and I'm gonna talk about small steps and my morning routine to jumpstart my brain and what energizes individuals. And taking that cold shower, even if it's just 10 seconds cold, 10 seconds warm, what it does, not only you get the health benefits from it, you also train yourself to do difficult things. So when you need to do difficult things in your life throughout the day, whether it's having that difficult conversation or showing up for that meeting or that exam at school, you have that mental muscle. I believe that if you just do the easy things in life, life becomes hard. If you just put things off, which is easy, if you just sit and binge watch television all the time, life gets very hard long term. But if you train yourself to do the difficult things, life becomes a lot easier. And that's the goal, to train our motivation like a muscle. Because again, motivation is about purpose for taking action. Now, the formula I'm using is motivation equals purpose times small steps times energy. And now what does that mean? Really, when it comes to motivation, it doesn't mean you have to enjoy that thing. What it means is you have to find purpose in it. Maybe you don't enjoy exercising, but you still do it because there's a purpose. Because remember this, reasons reap results. That the success formula goes from your head to your heart to your hands. You could visualize your goals and your deep desires and dreams in your head, but if you're not acting with your hands, you're procrastinating or you're self-sabotaging, usually what's missing is the second H, which is what? Which is your heart. Metaphorically, your heart is what? Those are the feelings, those are the emotions. Going back to my story, remember I had that bucket list, and a lot of things on that bucket list were things I wanted to do for my family. That was high leverage to get me to do difficult things. And so the purpose of this session is to sensitize yourself, to fully associate yourself to the emotions of doing something. And how do you do that? How do you get yourself motivated to read a book each day? How do you motivate yourself to do something that is initially difficult? And again, the formula for me is small little steps times energy. But it starts with first having a clear purpose. And this is where we talk about emotional intelligence. The starter for you is asking yourself a new question. What will I gain from doing this? What will I gain by reading this book and really living this book? What are all the benefits, the pleasures, the rewards I'll get? How will I feel afterwards? How will this affect my career, my academics, my relationships, my sense of well-being? How will it feel to be able to have these limitless abilities, this sense of possibility, this sense of energy, all of these methods where I'm working smart and not just hard? And don't just feel the benefits, also feel the consequence. Not only the positivity, but what's the pain that comes from not taking action? What are the potential consequences or the pain you'll feel from not following through on something? Who do you become when you do not follow through on something? I want you to do this thought experiment with me. I want you to imagine you're at the end of your life. How does that feel? What are you proud of? What do you wish you would have done earlier upstream? And begin with the end in mind. One of my favorite books was by Dr. Stephen Covey, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And one of the habits of highly effective people is they begin with the end in mind. And so, for example, in your day, if you're coming back at home and somebody asks you again, how was your day? And you're just like, I won today. Today was amazing. What had to happen in order for you to feel that way? Get very crystal clear on your purpose, because with reasons, reap results. With reasons, reap rewards. So what I want you to do, either in the comments on this section or in your private journal, is start to stream of consciousness, share your purpose. What is your purpose? And I'm not talking about your passion. Your passion is what lights you up, but what's your purpose in doing things? What's your purpose not only in your life, but in your learning endeavors? So for example, my passion is learning. It lights me up. But your purpose is what lights other people up. So my passion is learning. My purpose is teaching people how to learn. So you might not know this about me, and some of you definitely guessed accurately, I'm more of an introvert. It is actually a little bit uncomfortable for me to go on stage in front of thousands of people because it's not my nature. But I do this when I think about my purpose. It gets me to do difficult things because I feel a moral responsibility to do what I do. Because if somebody is struggling and suffering the way I did, shame on me for not helping them in this way. And that's why our mission, my purpose, is growing up as the boy with a broken brain. My purpose is to build better, brighter brains, because I know what it's like to feel not enough. I know what it's like to feel limited. I know what it's like to be called stupid or to be marginalized, to leave no brain left behind. And that's really what we're talking about, purpose. So if you're willing, share your purpose in the comments on this section. And even if you don't share it there, what I want you to do is to journal about this. You don't have to have it absolutely clear, because some people are thinking, what is my purpose? You could actually have purpose in the things you do every single day. It doesn't have to be a big global purpose, but train yourself to ask yourself, why is this important? What's most important to me? And why must I do this? And do the difficult things. Because as you train yourself to do difficult things, life gets easier because you are stronger. And that's the lesson of this session. I'm your brain coach, Jim Kwik.